Yeah. Now can you check on that?
I apologize. One of my problem.
Okay.
Even though I traveled so far to more than 60 countries, still I am affected by Arab syndrome.
Okay.
Which is the air condition.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's
Very
right.
spoiled.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Whenever I find it, if I don't find it, I'll manage.
Yeah.
Whenever I find it, I see that there is something I have to use.
Yeah.
That's weakness.
No, that's okay.
Yeah.
It's the way that you have to.
Yeah, no, but I mean, that's alhamdulillah, you are not like that. Your ability to
Stand
handle,
all conditions.
yeah, your stamina controlling these issues.
Rather
Stay like this. I think your next generation will not be like this.
Okay.
And I believe the next generation
Yeah.
Once you get, mashallah, your emerging economy.
Yeah.
Once you get like India now, the new generation, they cannot handle it without air condition.
Yeah.
Because already air condition, they born with air condition.
Yeah.
That's what happened to us.
Yeah, used to it.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. He insisted that I read.
Yes.
Usually I don't read. I intentionally don't read. I read only after the meeting.
Okay.
I depend a lot in what we call it the process of observation. Okay. I collect data here.
Yeah.
And
Then I reflect. Instead of I get blocked by your only. Okay, but he's the boss. I have to.
So beginning with, I'm the team leader of Samako's Enterprising Development, and then we are into enterprising development at the local level, and we are here actually with some of our members who are also contributing greatly to poverty reduction in our local environment that we find ourselves. Like I kept on the PDF. The ecosystem is not well defined in this part of the country, whereby young entrepreneurs are really supported over it. So as an enterprise venture, we are trying to create an ecosystem. Most of the hubs that you see are mainly found in the southern part of the country. And I can testify that it's only one hub we have here. And that hub is even into technology. It doesn't go down to the local people in the way of reducing.
Agree. Entrepreneurship, we are focusing on it.
So we are creating the ecosystem, and we start by inspiring the young people to get into entrepreneurship, and then we train them. And the inspiring session is when we have seminars organized, and then Chris happened to be in one of our seminars organized, and currently he's marvelously organizing seminars all over the country.
I'm a testimonial.
So we happen to be one of the testimonials for our program. So we also organize training for young people to introduce them into entrepreneurship. And aside that, after the training, what next? You need to
only business entrepreneurship or social?
Both social and business entrepreneurship. We have some of them who have already started their own NGOs and they are currently running. And after the training, the most important thing is having a network of entrepreneurs, which currently we don't even have it this part of the country. Even if we have it in the country, it's only the traditional network that we count, they are capacitated, and then they go. But this one, we are looking at how we can get them to have a peer-to-peer investment, whereby businesses invest into businesses, so that they don't only rely on funding coming from the banks, they don't rely on funding coming from other initiatives. So after this, we also look at how can we market them, because if they are network, how could they be marketed? So we can get them to the world, whereby we use the technology to get them outside where people begin to know the products and services that are produced in this part of the country. Also, access to finance is challenging over here. Not only cash, but financial services. Services to finance.
For microstart, for microfinance.
Microfinance and
not available.
It's
Grameen is not available. Grameen Bank is not available.
It's not available. And aside giving cash.
I mean in Africa there is Grameen Bank.
Okay, yeah. There is one here, but the facilities are not.
Yes. Aside giving the cash, but the services of how to manage your little finances you have, what comes in, what goes out. We don't have that services over here. So we are looking at a way of getting such services here so that young people can access that. in a way of running their businesses and growing their businesses as well.
Question. My bag if you want.
Question.
Secondly, the most challenging also is recognizing young entrepreneurs. Most of the time, recognizing their contribution to economic development is mainly by votes. You put them on the websites and they say they should vote, and people.
What, sorry again? Vote for what?
Recognizing young entrepreneurs,
Okay,
appreciating
appreciation.
appreciation. Most of the time, it's like by votes.
Okay.
And we as enterprise developers, we don't see it to be by votes. We should be able to award a person based on how the person is contributing to the economy. So we are looking at an initiative to also to facilitate that process. Aside that, we are also looking at how we can continue researching into bringing what actually works for young entrepreneurs. We don't really have a data that really tells what works for entrepreneurs at the local level in contributing to poverty reduction. Some of the time, people come up with their data and you wonder where they get it from. People travel from outside the country and come here to collect data, but we want to be responsible collecting our own data. So when people need it, they come to us and get access to that data. So we are trying to create an ecosystem in this part of the country where, like Chris, who has his initiative inspiring young people to entrepreneurship, is part of the ecosystem. This ICT center that is into IT training is also part of the ecosystem. We have the banks and the microfinances that are also institutions, they also be part of the ecosystem. So it won't just be a one
Complete cluster, we call it.
a complete cluster in this part of the country. So that's the kind of initiative we are trying to create in this part of the country. We started in 2015 and it has been held with us. It hasn't been easy. Most of the initiatives that we have done have been from our own contribution as volunteers. And since 2015, we have trained close to 200 young people in skills like soap making, detergents, even using shea butter for pomade. We have also done tiles, tiling, and then POP and sealing and all that stuff. We have given these trainings to young people for free. Some of them only pay for the certificates when they come, and this is what we've been doing since 2015. Basically, this is what I have to say.
So you started 2015?
We started in 2015.
Which month?
Sorry?
Which month?
Which month? We started in September. That was the month.
You are killing me. Because I started the same month.
Wow!
The same year, yes.
Wow. We started in September 2015. I was even, before I got to tertiary institution, I started that initiative. Before I got to tertiary institution, I started, secondary university.
University.
Before
you are working at the university and you are also working.
I started it before the university.
Before you finished?
Before I finished, yes. So this man here is the lead of the network.
Brother Abdel
Fatai.
Yes, Fatai.
He is the lead of the network we are trying to create.
Mashallah.
And Nabil here is one of the beneficiaries who have benefited from the initiatives of some of us. And also, I have Farid here, who has also benefited with one of. So they all have businesses that they run. After they have.
What is your business?
The chicken hub. It's a chicken restaurant.
Chicken restaurant. Like fast food?
Yes, fast food.
Okay. Like Kentucky. And
Yeah,
better.
yeah.
Is it better than Kentucky?
Yeah, it's better. So we have Mohammed Farid.
Inties are free.
Huh?
Inties are free.
This is the fashion.
Inties are free, yes.
Okay, fashion.
It's about
Yeah.
fashion.
So he is into fashion. And most
And
of
your name is Muhammad.
Mohammed Ali.
Muhammad.
And majority of them are working with us. We have an ethic. Before you get to work with us, or if you are working with us within 2-3 years, you should have your own business line. In the sense that if you don't know the business environment, how do you coach people to also run their own businesses? So most people working with us are running their own businesses. There's a lady who also does online shopping and selling.
How many total now you have with your
the staff?
Incubation. The incubation.
Incubation, we have trained about 6 now.
6.
We have 6 now running their business.
And in total, how many you have trained?
We have trained about 251. That is the skills development program.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And you give them like entrepreneurship certificate, something like
Yeah, we give
that.
it
Marketing, accounting,
Accounting.
finance,
They do
management, product development, like this, right?
Yeah, they do come back for more training in addition to run their business.
Here you don't have UNIDO, you know UNIDO, United Nations Industrial Development. I think it's maybe in Accra.
No, we don't have that.
Yeah, here you don't have. It's
We
here.
don't have.
So you are the only incubator, let's say, in the north.
Yeah.
May I say that?
Yeah.
Oh. First of all, let me give a salute for this guy again, because this is a second stage appreciation for him to arrange this meeting.
Thank you very much.
I first shake the hand if I'm happy. If I am very happy, I go if I'm very, very happy, I fly. I know here they say there are certain areas where they make you fly. Yeah. Okay. So really, I'm very happy about this meeting, and I think you made my trip, not my day. Okay, and I was keeping them under pressure all these days because I told them I flied all the way, and to leave my country or to leave lots of appointments and to come here. We are preparing for a conference. We have our own, society. I'm also responsible for all the 17 branches I have and all over the world. My office in Slovenia, but I'm sitting in Bahrain or Emirates sometimes and so on. So yeah, it's really I'm in a hectic hub. But I wanted to test this guy, and also I met brother of this brother there in Emirates by coincidence in a hotel. Okay. He works in a hotel, so I told him what's happening to Ghana. Always I try to make appointment with Ghana, but and African. So he said, "Oh, I can arrange for you." I thought that he's not joking, but it happened, alhamdulillah, and I came, and I believe that I came with a high risk because I knew that both of them they don't have that yet strong NGOs. They are just starting. But I said sometimes starting with weak people just starting, sometimes better because they have the eager to change. Much than people who they believe that they are already there, they don't need whatever I'm going to say. Okay. If you see behind my card, and maybe you can photocopy it because I have only a few left with me. Later, maybe they'll give you a copy. This is what you are discussing, what we are doing. Okay, exactly. First of all, I work with many incubators around the world. Before as a business, governments pay for me to do these incubators and so on. And I'm a trainer for UNIDO, approved trainer for UNIDO. And we run lots of programs. Bahrain is the hub for all UNIDO in Middle East.
Okay.
We have our own ecosystem, developed Bahrain model, registered in. Okay. I with UNIDO for 15 years as a trainer. Now I don't have time, but one of the lead trainers, not the normal. I train the trainers. Very acquainted with incubators, entrepreneurship programs, and so on, whether social or business entrepreneur. My model today is much more than that. My model today that I'm here, Inspiration Economy, is about doing a change in the community, okay, where we can end up poverty, as you mentioned, we can end up migration, we can minimize family instability, women state, equality, and so on, okay, youth inequality or equality of life, through solving problems in different techniques without depending on microfinance. Microfinance is very good. And I was recently in about 6 months ago, I was in Bangladesh, okay, visiting Muhammad Yunus and his big project, mashallah. Okay, he got Nobel Prize, Muhammad Yunus. I believe what we are doing is complementary to Muhammad Yunus' job. Muhammad Yunus focused on ending up poverty very quickly by microfinancing. Okay, my way is I minimize financing. I make people discover their minimize dependency so that they not live on debt or their life. Because what I found in Bangladesh, the model is excellent. It minimize lots of they copy the model around the world, in different areas, not only Grameen. Microfinance now concept. Okay, but it makes people always in debt. Okay, so they feel that the entrepreneur that always he ran for to close the debts. Okay, the debts will accumulate very quickly. Okay, So I believe in what we are doing now is will complement and will help you in your country, and will help you especially in this area. Maybe in the Accra side, they will be always depending on banks, loans. You know, all the banks now are also starting microfinance because make a lot of money for them. Okay. But for my model, I say no. I'm calling for something called inspiration economy. Okay, inspiration comes from intrinsic power, whether from the organization, from the person, from the community. I find what is the missing opportunities, what are the hidden opportunities inside the problem, and we start to pull it out. Then we capitalize on the minimal problem and we invest in it. So our investment is very small, sometimes relevant to equipment, sometimes relevant to something small, printing maybe cars or something. It makes a difference. خلاص, now we eliminated the problem, it became very small, now we make the hit. Okay. So the entrepreneur or the group of people we work with, they feel that they did it themselves. Nobody have done it for them. Okay, so that's very important. And this is, I think, your goal. The same thing. Incubators are. This is the goal of the incubators. What you mentioned about now, and as I told you, I'm only 4 years old. I'm celebrated only I'm entering on my 5th year. So I have changed my model also in the first 4 years. I established these 3 concepts. You can see in the front, which is inspiration economy, youth economy, these logos, and resilience economy. Each one of them all of them depend on intrinsic power, but each one of them I use them for solving different problems. Okay, so I have one specific for youth, which will address your issue, which is about competitions, forums, giving awards. We have now established a new award for inspiration economy. All comes under youth economy. Okay. The purpose is to utilize 2 issues: the spirit of youth, which might be even with Abdel Fattah and me, not only new guys, okay, and also the energy of youth, which we might not have. He have, mashallah. I'm an air-conditioned guy, okay? So, but I have the spirit of youth. I'm very persistent, very perseverant. I'm willing to try. See, I came all the way. I'm taking the risk, okay? Because I say maybe this is an opportunity. Why I lose it? Because all of us came to this life to leave a legacy.
Sure.
Okay? We believe in all our religions, our sitting here, is that leaving a legacy is a must today. And if you don't leave a legacy today, the problem with you is not with your community. The whole world is open for you now. Okay. So that's about the issue of recognizing the award. Yes, I am with you on board. I am willing to go for that. Actually, in the last few days, we are talking about that. Okay. Today, we are making a training. So I want to come. And I think we found now a church, right? A place where we'll do the training.
Yes, sir.
For what is the name of the
youth opportunity? Yeah.
Okay. So we are welcome to come and see how I'm talking about that. Now, it is very interesting for me, as I told you, about this issue. Microfinance, no, because it's not my area, and I try to eliminate this in my. Okay, I don't believe in this, frankly. Okay. With all the respect, it's helped lots of countries in certain time. Now we are in an era, people, part of ending slavery is that the people should not go into debt. Okay? Now, the other issue about marketing. Now this is what I wanted to tell you, that now I'm entering into what I call it inspiration economy 2.0. So
inspiration economy
2.0. So I'm bringing another version. Last 4 years I stopped and I evaluated all what I have done. I established the 2 C's, which is what? The concept. There was nothing called inspiration economy. There was nothing called youth economy. There was nothing called resilience economy, a little bit written about it, but not that much. I have written books. So I established the concept and also delivered now the content. So there's lots of content now, whether for the practitioners like you in the field, or for the knowledge community. I mean the universities and so on, handbook, so that it started to be taught. In different universities, we have also a program for masters and so on. So we're going to this angle. We have an angle, very interesting maybe for you, and this should be also the incubator, inshallah. We'll work with you as an incubator, not only as a foreign entrepreneur. We'll work with you as an incubator also, it's my interest. Okay. First of all, in any organization, it should have R&D. As you mentioned, about the data and so on. Okay, so we have now R&D angle means R&D means publication, scientific part, research. Okay, we bring this from the projects. Okay, and we have R&D is even our academic side. Okay, all academic sides R&D, and we have partners. Okay. Now at the beginning, my model, which is one of my mistakes, is that I wanted to open branches in all these countries. I've gone to 17 countries approximately. I work with 21 countries, 13 countries. We didn't go. For example, Palestine, the issue of Arab and Israeli issue. But we correspond through we do training for them through Skype and so on. You are with me, Brother Hamid Amin?
I'm with you.
No, you are not with me.
I'm with you.
So you can sit here.
Listen.
What I'm saying is that now we change the model. Instead of opening inspiration economy societies, like we have done in Slovenia, Bosnia, Morocco, Algeria, different countries. Now we are focusing on partners. Like we are eliminating these ones. We are trying to freeze them down now and telling them to go collaborate with this, except certain centers like Morocco, Bahrain, and Slovenia will stay as main centers. The others is we are trying to minimize. Like in Mauritania, we open a society, but now we started to link it with another strong society available on the field. Because I can't be there, and people they think that they'll end up like employee. They'll ask for money, but they don't do. I don't want to open a business. So I have a business, I can do it much better way. Okay? Yeah. So for that we go for partners like. So this is for the second part, which is the first part, which is about marketing. Okay. What I'm saying now is that most of the problem, and maybe this will be, I want you as a main partner, not for Tamale, not for the North, not for Ghana. I want you maybe also for all Africa, because this is the first time I'm talking about this in Africa now. Yeah. Okay. Yes, I talk about it frankly in Morocco but to put it in plan, I have the details. Even I sent him some files. But this is now my 4 years, خلاص. And I tell you, I'm persistent. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give me time to live, I will do it. Okay? Yani, that's for sure. Inshallah. So what is the marketing issue here? See, we found out, okay, is that most of the people who's working as entrepreneurs, okay, or those who are family production, startups, we call it microstat, okay, family production, or people which is on near poverty line, okay, near poverty line, they have products now. They started to produce. Production is there. Yeah. As you mentioned exactly, Brother Muhammad Amin, and now the problem is that the marketing and the distribution. And the marketing, distribution, and so on is nothing. And a customer, let's say, imagine you get too much marketing, you get too much distribution, you get customers, but the profit margin is low. So what happened? Any crisis happened to this, and this is a resilience economy. Wow. To build up ability to bounce back. Okay, by first raising the profit margin, minimizing the mediators. Because if the mediator is ugly and he want to control things, like for example, I was showing the driver about we have type of scent called oud. Oud is you put it here Arab or they make smell from it also, yes. But they make it either oil or this. Yeah. Very expensive. I think we should work on bringing it here because the similar. You are in a similar region. Okay, yeah, the weather is very similar. The trees should be brought here. Once you establish one tree, it will go many trees. Okay. This is the weightage is more than gold. The value is more than gold. Okay, and very expensive. Anyway, what I was saying is that the mediator, okay, here, if he is a businessman, okay, not an entrepreneur that want to help others, okay, he will be squeezing this guy, because this is the easy guy to squeeze. Yeah. But these people, they will know the value. He's competing with others. Okay. So for that, we are saying now we need to establish something like mediating company, which is like a social for profit. Okay. Because you, as an incubator, also you want to survive. Sure. You don't want to depend. And what I found is that people like me and you will end up either spending from our pocket. Yani for example, our time is not valued. We're giving time off, okay, for the sake of our community, for the sake of our goal, right? But it's you are giving expertise. Nobody is paying you directly. Okay, trying to take some money from here and there, but it's nothing compared to your value time. Okay, you are giving consultancy for a company could have been, for example, 1,000 CD. You are here as if you are taking 10 CDs to cover your cost, your transport, something like that. People cannot survive like this. So now we are saying we want to establish for ourselves and our partners what we call social for profit. Or that we take the product here, we make sure that the profit margin is raised for the entrepreneur or for the family production or for the people near poverty line. The three of them, by the way, they took the same language, even though maybe they are higher in level of talking, but I mean they are the same concept. Okay? This product going to be marketed by this mediated company, which is maybe here in Ghana